Hi everyone, I'm Carl Thomas, reporter for Placetech, and I'm here with James Lowry, UK and European CEO for Essensys, and we'll be talking about how to adapt to a rapidly changing office market. James, first of all, congratulations on the new role.
Thank you.
You've come from working at British Land, one of the biggest landlords in the UK, to taking over as UK and European CEO at a tech company. So what inspired that change?
I enjoy solving some of the big problems or the big questions that's kind of in the industry at the time. And when I joined British Land, I sat in the strategy team, and there was this kind of flexible working thing kind of happening. This evolving customer needs, the likes of WeWork were exploding. And it was a question that had been asked a number of times within British Land as how to respond to it. And I went a bit deeper on that and ended up recommending that we set up our own flexible workspace business, that we position it sort of on the larger end of the market and got the sign off, did a pilot and grew it from there and grew it to a stage where it's I think embedded within the company. And taking a step back at the industry, flexible kind of workspace is now, I think, a kind of an integral part of the industry. I can see parallels to the tech world, and actually, but I think technology in real estate is even more complicated, which attracts me to it. Right? There's problems still out there that need to be solved. Essensys specifically, Essensys at the heart of it. It aims to take out the complexity of kind of running all these different systems through providing this intelligent digital backbone. Looking at Essensys, it's a team of really good people, right? And I, from a personal level, I think I want to work at places with good people, but also I think good people create good businesses, right? So that was my attraction.
I guess now that we're hearing MIP, people coming together is a big thing, and we are here for the first time after 2 tumultuous years.
Yeah.
What are the big trends that you're seeing people talk about now that we're back here in person?
It's becoming increasingly complex now to run a kind of a high quality workspace. Now offices are competing with people's homes, people's offices, breakfast with their children, sitting with their dog, their cat, whatever it might be. It's got to have the right amenity. That might be the coffee shop, that might be sort of a flex operation, that might be shared meeting and events. But it's got to have this good digital experience as well. So you've got to have this kind of seamless experience throughout physical and digital. Second, I would say is sustainability, right? And it's been a topic in the industry for many years. But I think the last 2 years, essentially a global health crisis has really shined a light on being kind to the world in many ways, and technology plays a big role in helping to enable some of that operational carbon and reduce it. But I think we've reached the conclusion that everyone likes that offices are an important thing to have. I know at the very beginning those offices are dead, but that's not the case anymore, I don't think. But what we really need to understand is how to use them.
Where does Essensys kind of come into that whole question?
Essensys provides an intelligent digital backbone to the building to actually take out a lot of the complexity. So firstly, it connects the building through an intelligent cloud-based network, which in its simplest form can provide secure, resilient, scalable connectivity to the building. Secondly, a lot of we've created a central point of control as well. So a single pane of glass, so which in the background automates a lot of the complexity out of running a network. Mm-hmm. And that then provides this really simple interface which anybody, a non-technical person, including myself, can use. It can then create this kind of seamless journey through a building, from access control to lifts to into your office to booking a meeting room. That is all on the same network with these devices hanging off it. And then in the background, it can also give you lots of information around, maybe kind of billing information or usage information. So that solves a lot of problems for the flex sector. And I think increasingly, when you look at some of the landlords who have huge portfolios who are trying to consolidate some of this data, trying to draw some more insights from it, the platform is really well set up to be able to get this portfolio-wide view, understand a little bit more about usage, enabling it for some of the smart things that are coming. So actually this kind of intelligent digital backbone also starts to do, it has the capability of the kind of, there's a converged network, right? So you want to put IoT devices onto it, you can add those into it, and really importantly, you can do that in a safe way.
This might be an obvious question, but what are the risks of not keeping up with the change in how people use offices if you're an office landlord? In other words, why should people care about what you guys do?
What drives value in the office sector is having buildings that are full of people, right? And you have happy customers who want to stay and are happy to pay good rents. And the only way of doing that is creating a good experience. And by the way, that still means great locations, great buildings, all the things that the industry has been doing for many years, is very good at. But more and more so are these kind of slightly more nuanced things, and actually particularly in the sort of digital side of the experience, just making all these, they can be really small things, but if you get them right, it just creates this seamless experience. And actually in many ways, technology done well, nobody notices it, right? It disappears because it seamlessly happens in the background. What we are seeing is a really strategic approach being taken now to, all the way from, we have a building, what types of customers do we want to attract? What range of products does that mean throughout the building? And that can almost be from the coffee shop to maybe a shared lounge with meeting spaces, to co-working, to maybe plug and play, spec suite, something kind of an evolution in the flex world, I think. It's a package of, take these 2 floors, or maybe take a little bit less space, but take higher quality space, take some, an option on some of the flex space, use the event space as your town hall space, so change your fit out, and all of a sudden it becomes this package. Once they've decided on that, then they decide, okay, well, who are the partners that we want to work with to deliver it? And that's, all the way from, operational, the kind of fit out the whole thing, but also technology, right? And taking this kind of really strategic process, because if you're starting to sell this package across a building, and by the way, it's not just a building, it could be across a portfolio, and some portfolios these days are global, right, which gets even more complicated, then you've got to think all the way through the building and all the way across a portfolio as to what is that digital experience. And actually, I really, sounds simple to say, but walking into any building or any part of a building and just logging in to your Wi-Fi, which is secure, and doing that wherever you go in the building or across a portfolio, easy to say, difficult to do, but it's kind of where Essensys has, that is absolutely core to its offering.
Thanks for that, James. That's been really interesting, and thank you for joining us at MIPIM this year.